Okay guys, this is probably the most incredible game you will ever see out there, because this is just insane. Me and Lulu carried this game 2 versus 8. Why 8? Because our teammates, as usual, were just amazingly awful. So this is solo queue, and we are duo lane Lulu and Xayah. And Xayah is an amazing support. It turned out she's an amazing... It's him, his name is David, and I added him into my friend list afterwards because I was amazed how he's just... You know, he felt every little detail of my gameplay style and everything. I won't tell you anything else, you will just see. So we are playing with David, with Lulu. Here duo lane, we're playing against Draven and Galio. And why this game is so incredible, as I told you in the beginning, because we will be losing incredibly bad. We will be giving them every dragons, every barons and elder dragons. They will push all of our turrets and inhibit the turrets as well, but still we are going to win. Why and how, you will see if you watch till the end. I know this is not a short gameplay, but it's worth it, trust me. And this will be encouraging for you, because you will see and know why it's bad to surrender, because it's always a way to come back. So we're playing versus Draven and Galio, and Draven is overall a very strong champion, especially early game, so you really need to be very cautious while you play in versus Draven, and especially if you're playing Draven versus Draven plus any tank, because this is a strong combo. So in this particular case we're playing versus Galio, and what you want to do as an ADC or as a support when you're playing versus, you know, this combo, you need just to avoid Galio's dashes, Galio's tornadoes, and you want to keep your distance between them and poke them if you have an opportunity to do this. So for example, you dodged Galio tornado or the Galio dash, and then you can poke a little bit their ADC or the Galio. I don't know who is closer to you. That means this champion will be a target. But you don't want to be aggressive, because Draven is very strong early game and he wants to be aggressive early game, because if Draven is not aggressive early game, he will fall behind with his farm, and it will be harder for him to deal damage later in the game. And as you can see, Lulu does a great job by interrupting their engaging, by interrupting their trying to, you know, push our turret, and she does a great job. Despite this is David, I will call her she because the champion is a female, so it's she, her. So I would say until you have your first item or your full boots, I mean tier 2 boots, plated steel caps or mercury threads, you understand what I mean. Not with the enchant boots, but just tier 2 boots. Until then, you won't have to be engaging too much, unless you have a very aggressive support such as Thresh, Alistar, Karma, you got me. Lulu is not an aggressive support, and as you can see, our team continues to die. So Vladimir already died, and who else? Yasuo, yeah, Yasuo already died. So they will continue dying throughout the game pretty often. And they are constantly fighting, and here Draven is without Galio, so we can be a little bit more aggressive, but still you should be cautious and aware of the map, because Nunu is very strong. Nunu is very strong with the ganks, early game, middle game, doesn't matter. Nunu is a very strong jungler, and if, by the way, this is a very important team fight over here. So Galio tries to engage, and once you dodge his dash, boom, then you can root him, then you can outplay him, and he is basically dead. And when the support dead, the other champion, the other ADC just have nothing to do, you know, without his support. So this is important. Try to dodge enemies' skills, try to keep your distance, try to kite. The proper name for this is kite. It means when you keeping the distance from the enemy champion in order to dodge his abilities and to be able to outplay afterwards. So as you can see, our teammates continue to die, and this is not news because every time when you play solo queue, especially in this season 10, ranked season 10, for some reason, I don't know what reason exactly, you have pretty much teammates pretty much all the time. And this is kind of sad. Yasuo just died. And if you see that your team continues to die, you try to not to die, okay? Try to farm as much as you can. Farm even... By the way, here, they try to start Dragon, and our Kha'Zix, as you can see, he's beating Dragon instead of helping us, killing Draven and Nunu. And then their Nunu... Draven and Galio. And then the Nunu with the full HP came to the Dragon, and we just didn't have any chance because we were already very worn off with our HP and everything, and this was a huge mistake from our jungler. He should have helped us to kill Galio and Draven, and only then we should have proceeded killing the Drake. Because every time when you want to secure any objective, doesn't matter, Baron, Rift Herald, Dragon, you always need to think before you do, because if their team is full HP and they're coming from the base and they just can come and kill you in the action, and then they can take the objective. They just secured Rift Herald, and Vladimir just died, so everything is not pretty good. And also we lost the Drake. Their jungler is much better with the smite. You know, this is something that a good jungler should embrace, the smite, you know, the smite thing. But unfortunately our Kha'Zix was not good with the smite. But anyways, despite all this, we won this game. I don't know, this was a miracle, or maybe I got blessed. Maybe God heard my prayers and he decided to... You know, by the way, right now I have already my first item, Immortal Shield Bow and my boots. And they cannot do pretty much anything, despite Draven also has his first item. Here, our team started to engage into a stupid fight, and I came to help, my support came to help. But unfortunately we did not kill anybody, and we lost a lot of time, experience, and gold, and Draven is farming the lane while I'm doing this, I don't know what. So you don't want to spend your time on this stupid engaging. But if your team engaged, unfortunately you cannot control your team. As you can see, they continue to die. You cannot control your team, but you can try to join them if you can see that there is an opportunity to win. But if you see that there's no way you're going to win this team fight, just don't even engage, because you will die in the most cases, and you will feed them even more golden experience, and this is bad. So if your team engages 2 versus 5, obviously you don't go and help him, because this is ridiculous. They're trying to push while my support is away, but they didn't have any time and they don't have a capacity to do it, because I was farming pretty good and I'm not falling behind with golden farm, because I did not die. I didn't waste my time, pretty much never in this game, and we're doing pretty good. Their jungler is ganking us right now, and I used my ultimate and flash, otherwise I would have been dead by now, and I managed to kill Galio despite all this. It's because I'm being very, very cautious, and I'm trying to calculate what the enemy is trying to do. So if you see, for example, that the enemy champion is, you know, the skill set of the enemy champions, obviously you should know the skill set of the enemy champions to be able to predict what this particular enemy champion is going to do to you, so you could dodge this, or ultimate, or any ability or anything, And you can predict and calculate in your head which tools you're going to use in order to dodge this. Whether this is your ultimate if you are Xayah, for example, or this is stasis, or this is flash, or anything like that. And if you don't have anything and you know that you're going to be dead, you just don't engage. You go away. Doesn't matter if they're pushing your turret, your life is more important than any turret. So you just go away and you don't engage. They're pushing our mid right now, and I decide to finish off their turret because by now we get extra gold from the turrets. I think we got extra gold because we're behind with gold and everything. Yone tried to gank us, but it was unsuccessful. And here we will make a huge mistake because look at where our Vladimir is. He is split pushing top lane while we're fighting here for not even 4, we're fighting 3 versus 5 because our Kha'Zix, as you can see, he flashed out and he decided to not participate. This was kinda but this was a wise decision from Kha'Zix because he saw that Vladimir is somewhere away, not even trying to come and help us, and he decided, you know, there is no way we're going to win, especially if we're falling behind with gold and everything. And as far as I remember, Vladimir will die here as well. He already died 5 times, and Yasuo already died 5 times or 6 times, I don't quite see it. And this will be happening pretty much during the whole game. By middle game, I will start think that, you know, there is no chance that we're going to win. They suggested to surrender, but I never surrender. Because I always think that there is possible to come back. There is always possible to come back. Even if you think that it's impossible, there is always a way to come back. And as you can see, my team continues to fight over there. Yasuo, I don't know what he's thinking of, but he's continuing fighting, and of course Lulu is supporting him because she is a freaking support. She has to do her job. And here I also came to help because we were kind of 3 versus 3, but Lulu just went away and she decided to, you know, fuck you. Sorry, I'm not participating in this, and I just obviously was killed. And they continue to fight 2 versus 3. This is stupid. Why would they even go there? Everything just very bad. We have 8 kills all in all, and they have 23 kills all in all. They have 47k, we have 41k gold. Everything is very bad. But despite all this, I did not lose my hope. But I did was, indeed I was toxic to my team because I just couldn't bear it anymore. I just couldn't. I think that it was the last game before Master. My last game before Master, and you know, all this was just insane. As you can see, I didn't leave the red buff to my Kha'Zix because I was mad at him. And here I will die because Yone is stronger than any ADC out there. This was my mistake. I was a little bit tilted here. And we should not engage right now into the fights. When you are falling behind with gold, you should stop fighting. You should start farming, and you should start trying to take objectives. Maybe push their turrets, maybe steal their drakes, maybe steal their barons, but you should not participate in team fights because you have no freaking chance to win. You can see they almost all are alive, I think. Yeah, only Yone died and all of us just died in this team fight. So this is a ridiculous fight here. And my team obviously doesn't understand it because this is solo queue and it's always like this in solo queue. So you need to rely only on yourself. You should, here is a perfect opportunity to kill them because they overextended already and this was their mistake. And luckily they were doing mistakes as well. Otherwise we would just lose this game and that's it. I wanted to take Baron here because all of them, you know, 3 of them were dead, and we would be able to do this as far as we were 4 and they were only 3 alive. But Kha'Zix and Yasuo were somewhere, I don't know where, doing I don't know what. This was really stupid. Our Lulu died and everything is bad once again. We had this chance to, you know, start the Baron, and they would come and then we would kill them, and you know, we could do something if we were all grouped up by this point. But you cannot control your teammates. You cannot control your teammates. And Drake is up. And here you will witness the perfect steal of Drake by Kha'Zix. This was the first time he will actually smite really good. This was a nice smite, this was a perfect thing, and for some freaking reason Vladimir he just died from the Varus's arrow. And this is insane. Vladimir is 0-10 by this moment on 15 minutes. As you can see, Yasuo is something 1-9, I don't quite see because of this. And Kha'Zix already died 5 times. I'm trying not to die. I'm trying not to die because the more you die, the more you feed the enemy team. Kha'Zix escapes and we are... There is no way we're going to take this Baron because our jungler is already very worn out, and we just need now to be just defensive. I would push our base, I would push our minions, and just pray for, you know, to be able to outstand all this. And this will be quite hard, you know, taking into consideration everything, that we have only 11 deaths, kills, and they have 31 kills, and they go into fight. I don't know why. So this is a huge mistake again. Despite that he killed Draven, he got killed, and they have a Baron. So now we are 4 versus they are 4, but they got a buff. You know what I mean? I managed to kill somebody because, you know, you can pretty much use your teammates as a bait, so they kind of go and they kill them, and then you just catch them and you try to kill. I don't know what you do else, you know, when you have such teammates. So they destroyed all of our inhibitor turrets, and now their minions are extremely freaking strong. And this is bad. By this moment I realized that, you know, we're screwed. We're really screwed very hard. And only Miracle would help us at this particular point. But fortunately, I will have almost full build because I didn't die too much. I died 3 times and I got the majority of gold, I think. Yeah, I got 13k gold. They are killing Elder Dragon, and of course they are taking Elder Dragon, and this is very bad because the most terrible mistakes of the majority of players is they continue to fight even if the enemy team is having Elder Dragon. How retarded should you be to go and engage with the enemy team who just had Elder Dragon? This was Draven's mistake. If he did not die here, maybe they would finish the game right now. But fortunately for us, he made this stupid mistake. And now, as you can see, I can make some crazy moves with Lulu and with all these buffs, even if they have this Elder Dragon buff. This is crazy. So from this point, I realized to myself, you know, we can actually do this. If we stop doing, you know, dying 1 versus 5 like Yasuo always does, you know, we have a pretty good chance to stand it, you know, to win this actually. because Lulu and ADC in the late game, it's great. You cannot kill ADC with Lulu. You just cannot do it because you're always buffed. This is crazy. So we wanting to take Baron. We wanting to take Baron. Will we actually take Baron? Let's see, I don't remember really. Yeah, we took Baron. Very nice. So now we should back. We should outpush our... I don't know why they died. But anyways. So now we should outpush our lanes because we have no freaking inhibitor turrets. And here I will die really bad. I did not have my ultimate to dodge it and this was my mistake. And at this point, I don't know how only Baron's buff saved us, because if not, there is only Yasuo and Lulu. If we did not have that Baron, we would lose the game actually. Because you see they cannot push while we have this buff, because the Baron buff is pretty strong and minions are pretty strong, so you cannot do anything to a team with the Baron, even if there are two and you're, you know, and if you are four. This is already 21st minute of the game and we are coming closer to you know, being even with the gold. So they have 67k, we have 77k gold, and we have 76k gold. So we are pretty much even now because they were very, very, very slow. They should have ended this earlier, but they didn't. Fortunately for us. So now I am full build, I think. Almost. Yeah, I'm almost full build. And here is when the crazy thing will start. And of course, Lulu, she made just a crazy great job. This was insane. So we obviously want to push, but we don't have our Baron buff already. So again, we have to wait until the next Baron. We have to wait until next Baron because there is no way we're going to finish without Baron. You know, concerning that we don't have any inhibitor turrets, our minions are freaking weak compared to theirs. And now the second Elder Dragon is about to spawn. And here, and here is when the jungler's ability to smite in the right time is super crucial. And you will see if our Kha'Zix will make it. The Varus tries to ambush us, but he did not ult for some reason. If he did ult, Kha'Zix would be dead, and we would have no chance to even try kill the Elder Dragon. And look, he jumped over there, and I also flashed there, and I ult, and I'm starting to freaking kill everyone because me and Lulu and Kha'Zix, he had a Guardian Angel, so basically he did not die. And look, we're 3, and Nunu freaking takes this Drake. Yay! We did not take Elder Dragon. We did not take Elder Dragon. We don't have any freaking turrets, and the only savior is this Baron. Because if we don't take Baron, it's GG. No way that we're winning this. So we have to take Drake. We have to take Baron. And we're rushing to that Baron. It takes us just seconds to do this because we all are level 15 and we have full build. So we have to fight, we have to push. And we can win because all of us are now, except for Vladimir, I think, and Yasuo, obviously, because they were dying too much, are full build. And Kha'Zix is also full build. So this is the moment of truth. This is when we are pushing, and Lulu, I think, understood by this point that if she's staying with me, then we're freaking winning. because ADC in Lulu late game is just an unbeatable combo. So here I need to dodge at least something, like so, and that's it. I dodged Varus's ultimate, I kinda dodged, you know, Yone's because Lulu used her ultimate on me and I did not lose any of my health. And we're just starting to push because they don't have any of their ultimates already, and they don't have anything to stop us because we have Baron, and even if they have their Elder Dragon, they cannot even come closer to us because we are freaking Lulu and Xayah, and because we have Baron. And look at how fast we're destroying the turrets. So there is no way they can stop us. And basically that's it. Even with their buff, I think they already don't have this buff, or I don't know, I don't quite see it, but it doesn't matter because that's it, they're dying. There's no chance. All of them are dying. This is insane. Can you imagine that? We pushed all of their turrets, from only one Baron at the late game. So a pretty simple conclusion should be here is that if you take this Baron, at least one Baron at the end, even if the enemy team took Elder Dragon, you should push. You should not fight, you should push. But if you take Elder Dragon in the end of the game, you should fight. You should not push, you should fight instantly, because 100%, 90% of the cases the enemy team will try to interrupt you and fight over this Elder Dragon, and you should use it. If you take this Elder Dragon, you should fight right now because you have a freaking strong power. By the way, notice almost 60k damage from Xayah. I hope you loved this gameplay. Never give up, always go till the end because comeback is possible. Keep gaming, keep laughing, and I'll see you very soon somewhere in Wild Rift.